everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week, a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And today I wanted to share with you guys a little tutorial using the two different little e.l.f. bite-sized palettes that I got. So I have the colors Rosewater and Pumpkin Pie, and I've done two looks on these like in my vlogs. You would have seen both the looks, but I wanted to kind of take you through how I got those looks with these. Super simple, really easy, and I love that these are only $3 and they're such good quality. So yeah, let's just hop right in. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about what I'm doing on my skin, but obviously I will show you what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. I've had this little sample of this for a while and I just started using it and I love it, so I ordered a travel size of it actually. And this is the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I am loving this. You don't need a lot of it. It's one of those like kind of putty primers that's been really popular lately. I just took a little bit on my finger there. And I like to put this on even before my sunscreen and stuff, so I just have my normal skincare on. I'm gonna smooth that on my forehead, nose, and this area. I just noticed my skin underneath makeup looks so much better when I use this. I don't know what it is about this stuff, but it works magic. So now I'm gonna put on my sunscreen. This is the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Face Sunscreen. I talked about this in my monthly favorites. I'm obsessed with this stuff, it's really good. So I'm gonna pour a pretty decent size amount out just to get my sun protection. It does leave a white cast, but I'm gonna kind of counteract it with my next primer. But I just wanna make sure I'm getting my sun protection. And yes, make sure you get it on your eyes and stuff. I know it seems, you know, like some people are like, oh my god, it burns. You gotta get your eyelids though. They can burn too. So yes, I do have a little bit of a white cast, but that's okay. I'm gonna counteract that with my next primer. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion HD Primer. And it's got a really, not super deep, but for my skin tone, it's like a tan color. Let's see it there. It looks a little orangey, but on my skin, it looks really nice. I'm just gonna go everywhere just to kind of counteract the white cast and give me a nice, glowy, warm base. Whereas you can't see my shoulders right now, but they are a lot darker than my face and my skin in general. My body skin is much darker than my face currently. So the next thing I'm going to use is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This is in the color Soft Beige 50. It's a pretty deep color, but it's good for my skin in the summer because it matches, again, my body. So it doesn't have a pump or anything, so I just like to pour a little on the back of my hand. It comes out real quick. Probably too much. Okay. That's the only thing I hate about this is it doesn't have a pump or anything, so it just kind of like spills out everywhere. And it is very liquidy. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and get some of that and just start dabbing it around. Probably definitely way too much on my hand, but this stuff just looks so nice and it really, the name really says it all. It really is the healthy skin look. All right, so that is the foundation done. So I'm gonna use my favorite concealer per usual, the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I'm gonna get under my eyes. My jawline. And a little bit on my forehead. So I'm using my sponge like I normally do for my face, and then my fingers for under my eyes. And then I'm going to use two cream products really quick. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me in Toffee for a cream bronzer. And lately I've been doing it kind of higher up on my cheek, just to give like a nice warm glow on my cheek. And then a little bit on my nose, literally like on the tip, like bridge of my nose. And then the other cream product I'm gonna use is my Nars Multiple in Hot Sands. And I like, with this one, I just like to get it right on the sponge. And then because this is kind of like a pinky shade, I kind of get it on my cheeks here, because it kind of is a nice blush highlight sort of combo on my skin tone. And then I'm gonna set my face down with my E.l.f. Prime and Stay Powder. Like usual, I'm just gonna set my kind of cheeks and temples and neck. And then I'm gonna finish up the skin first, and then I will do the eyes. So I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer today. And again, I'm just gonna kind of warm up the skin, not be too precise or anything. For blush today, I'm gonna use one of my favorites I haven't used in a while. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Risqué. I love this color. It's a good like neutral color. Alright, and then in the other videos that I had with these eyeshadow looks, I used the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia, but obviously that's limited edition. So I wanted a similar look, but obviously I didn't want to use the Amrezy because I've used it a lot recently, and it's, you know, it's limited edition, so you can't really find it anywhere. So I'm gonna use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight. It's very similar. It's a little bit warmer golds than the Amrezy, but it's a very similar look. So I'm gonna get that. I know Gilded Honey can sometimes be hard to find too because it's a popular one, but it's a good one. It's not an exact dupe for the Amrezy, but it's pretty similar in my opinion. Alright, and then I'm going to take whatever is left over and just set my eyes with the highlight. And I'm just going to take my powder brush and just make sure all that's blended together. Alright, so that is the skin done. Let me bring you closer so we can do the eyes. So I'm going to start with the rose water one. So it's this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush and take the softest matte shade and just sweep that kind of in my crease and kind of on my lid too, just kind of getting it all in there just as a nice base shade. It's not a super pigmented color, but it makes a nice base. If you want like a subtle look, this would be just like the perfect one to do on its own. Like I said, both of these looks are super simple. I use all 4 shades in them, but they don't take very long to do, which is nice, and they look good, and the colors are really pretty. And then with that same brush, I'm going to take this darkest shade way down here. You don't need a lot. This is very, very pigmented. Tapping it off a lot. And just kind of getting that on my outer corner. I'm going to wipe off some of that excess and just gently blend. I don't want it to be too dark, but like I said, this color, you can see that there's like a really good color payoff with it, which is good. And it blends nicely. So I'm just trying to focus that kind of on my outer half of my eye, not bringing it in too far. All right, I'm gonna take a clean brush, just a clean brush with nothing on it, and just kind of continue to blend just to get a little bit more diffused and stuff. Obviously, if you want it darker, you can, you know, add more shadow, deepen it up. I don't want it super dark, so. And then I'm gonna take a nice flat brush. I just have a flat brush here. And I'm gonna take this lighter shimmer shade and just pack that all over the lid. This shade is not really super pigmented in terms of color, but it's a really nice light wash of shimmer. So that's the reason I'm doing it kind of just all over, just to get a nice little base for the darker shimmer shade. And then I'm gonna take that darker shimmer and focus that kind of from the center of my eye out. I don't want to bring it too far into my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take that first brush again, just kind of wipe it clean and take the lightest shade again, just to go over one last time and blend all of that together. All right, and then I'm gonna take kind of a smaller brush and with that light shade, just run it underneath my lower lash line. That is the rose water look. So the eyebrow pencil I'm going to use is my NYX powder brow pencil. I'm just going to comb through my brows really quick and just fill them in lightly. Normally this is when I would set my face, but because I'm going to remove my eye makeup and do another look, I'm just going to leave it. So this is the rose water look. I'm going to put some mascara on. I'm using the Essence Lash Princess. So this is the first look. Let me go take the eyeshadow off and we will go on to the next look. All right, so I took it off as best I could without ruining my whole face makeup. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that Gilded Honey again and just kind of set my eyes. So the second look I'm going to do is with the pumpkin pie one. Again, I'm gonna start with this lightest kind of terracotta shade here. And again, just kind of sweeping that into my crease and all over. Not being too precise, just getting a nice base crease color. Both of these are really, really nice. I personally like the pumpkin pie one better. It's just personal preference for colors, you know. But it's nice because they're so small that you can grab a couple and, you know, mix and match and really get ones that work for you and what you're gonna do, and they're so small. I know I will be taking these with me if I travel, you know. They're just so nice, and if they break, again, they're only $3, so it's not quite as big of a tragedy as like your more expensive palettes. And honestly, you can get really nice looks out of these. That's all you really need. All right, and then I'm gonna deepen that up a little bit with this darker matte shade. This one's not quite as pigmented as the darkest shade in the rose water one, so I'm just gonna kind of use that a little bit more precisely in the crease, but really get all in there and not worry about too much about staying on that outer half. Because like I said, it's definitely not as pigmented as the one in the rose water. All right, and then same thing with the shimmers. I'm gonna do this lighter, well, they're both pretty dark. I'm gonna use this one over here and go kind of all over the lid, just like I did with the rose water one. Like I said, these looks, I did very similar things, just different colors. And like I said, just right now, I just prefer the pumpkin pie one. They're just colors I'm gonna use more often in the summer. And then I'm gonna use the other shimmer shade and go on the middle to outer half. And then I'm gonna take the lightest shade again, can't see, and blend those all together. And I'm gonna take a little baby brush and with that lightest color, run that underneath my lash line. All right, so that is the pumpkin pie one. I think it looks really, really nice. I'm gonna set my face really quick with my e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set. I'm going to set my brows down with my NYX Control Freak. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more mascara. And then honestly, I didn't have any lip color on in that in those looks, so I'm just gonna kind of take off whatever is on there and leave them as they are. All right, so that is both the looks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to join our little adventure family here. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will see you in my next adventure.